Hey, what's going on, guys? Thanks for checking into my channel. My name is Armando Lopez. Today is it's an oil change day. I'll be doing oil change today on a 22 Lexus IS350 F Sport. Without further ado, let's do this. You get started with the oil change. You want to take this off first. Just put it to the side. Make sure no dirt, no nothing gets on that. Make sure no dirt, no nothing gets over here. So if it's windy and you're outside, just leave that on, or just unwind it. And yeah, and then you dipstick, and then you start the oil change, and that's how I usually do it. So I have the car lifted up, as you see. Got some jacks, got some stands down there. Okay, so these are the materials that you're gonna need for an oil change for this car. So you got, I use Mobil 1. You can use any type of full synthetic oil. So I'm using the full synthetic 0W20. It takes about 6 quarts, it says, but it's gonna probably be a little bit more from past experience. This is the oil filter that primarily you can get this from the dealership, or I've been seeing it at Walmart lately. But the only thing is, if you go to Walmart, you won't have a little washer. But anyways, you're gonna need your ratchet, 14 millimeter, another ratchet, socket ratchet, 10 millimeter, or a screwdriver for the oil filter. Then this is a special oil filter wrench that's needed for this. You're gonna especially need this for sure, and you can get this from AutoZone. Then to catch the oil, to refill the oil, just in case you spill, and you can have a cardboard or something underneath too. But yeah, that's pretty much all you're gonna need. And yeah, let's get started. So I'm underneath the car. Right, I'm just gonna show you where the engine oil is. It's right here where this bolt is. You can see that. Let me get you up there. So it's gonna be this bolt right here. You'll be able to tell. And then for the oil filter, it's gonna be right here underneath this. Once you take this out, you'll get to the oil filter. Alright, let's do this. Just start using your hand at this point, and then just catch it. Oh, it's kind of always spilly. Oh, also I recommend having gloves on too, just so you don't get oil all over your hands, and maybe the oil's hot. It's gonna be less of a burn for you. Not saying that it fully prevents you from kind of getting burnt, but at least it's not as hot. That washer that I was telling you about earlier is gonna go in here. Now, sometimes the washer stays stuck onto the oil pan, so make sure that washer is off before putting on the new washer onto the bolt, and then screw it in, because you don't want to have 2 washers on the bolt. Cool. But now, while the oil is kind of going out, I got my 10 millimeter right here, and I'm gonna go after there is 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's where I'm gonna get to my oil filter. So now this is where the oil filter is, right here. And then let's you're gonna need a half inch ratchet to put on the back end of the filter. But right now I have it placed in there. Alright, so you see it's on there right now. I don't know if you can see the grooves. So you see how the groove, when you get to the look, I'll take it off right now. So there's grooves, and then you just want it to be on the, you want it just to be on there nice and flush. And then the back end is where you put the ratchet. You can put an extension, or you could just put the ratchet on there, and then just make sure you don't tighten it. Make sure you're loosening it, lefty loosey, and then you should be fine. So oil is done, or when you start seeing dripping like that, that's money. That means that's done. And then you get your bolt with the washer on it. Oh, my finger's covering it. See that little washer right there? It kind of flicks up. And then right now, the washer the old washer is on the actual pan. So what I'm gonna do is grab a little flathead, or maybe I can move it with my hand. Let's see. Nah, you probably get a flathead. Alright, so there you have it. Okay, and then now a clean rag. Start cleaning it. As that cleans up, I'll go ahead and start winding the screw in there. All in between the threads of the the screw. So that way any excess oil that goes kind of on the screw and kind of when it spills out, I'm already catching it because I'm putting my towel on it. So now it's on there. Just clean the surface area as best as you can. You know, you don't want to have an oil job or do an oil change and then oil's kind of like everywhere. So very important too. You don't want to over tighten it. I know what I do is I just give it, you know, enough of a tightness. So I know there's torque specs and all that, but to be honest, like, I don't have a torque wrench, so I'm just gonna, once I start feeling it tight, okay, alright, I think that's good. So once you start feeling it getting tight, give it a little bit more, not even your full strength, but like 3/4 of your strength, and kind of slowly push into it or tighten it, and then yeah, that should be good. And then just give it one little more wipe, double check your work, grab your little flashlight, whatever it may be, you know, see if there's anything else that you can clean up. There you go. That's done. Now I have my same ratchet. This is a 1/2 inch, so this is gonna fit on the back side. Alright, so with this oil filter, it is tighter than usual. Even if you don't even torque it down, this thing is on there. So don't be worried or freak out that, you know, right now I just thought I was going the wrong way because I was like, why isn't I even pulling out? But it was coming out. Just tripping myself out. And there you go. Yeah, oil's coming out right now. Oh, and I was missing one. So you want to put your oil pan right there. Alright. Okay, this is going to be the fun part right here. You know, I don't usually take it right away. I just let it start to kind of see the stream die down. Then I start pulling out a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And boom. And more just control of how it's flowing out rather than just taking it right out. I mean, you can do either way, but I'm very more like less of a cleaning job afterwards, the better for me at least. Oh, you got the right oil filter, just double check. You know, you never want to be too sure. You always just want. So it always comes with rubber gasket. There's a little one, but you don't need that little one. You just need the big one. Alright, so here's a new one. And then also, or you can get a rag, blue rag, and just clean up in there as best as you can. It doesn't gotta be perfect, you know. Just push it in the middle. You hear a clicking noise, and that's pretty much it. Okay, the next thing is an important thing. Pick. Or I've seen people, you know, use their thumbs to like So you can like use your thumbs, which actually that's a lot easier now I think about it. Just use your thumbs, press against it, press forward, and then right now like you can kind of see it loosen up. Remember also that spot this gasket is, because that's important. You want to put that gasket in the same spot, nowhere else. Okay? So we're taking off that old gasket. Oh, this is not lubricated. And just put some oil on there. Oh. Okay. Now I'm in that spot. So I put the gasket right there where it originally was. And that piece, then you can clean that up too. Just all depends. So yeah, that's pretty much how it looks. Just like filter is done draining. I go ahead and grab my rag and I look at how the oil filter is looking inside or place, and I just clean it up a little bit, you know, put it in there, and we'll just go right in there. Make sure that when you're screwing it in there that it's nice, threads right. You don't want to cross thread it or anything, so you just want to be careful. So that's why I say like hand tying it, because you'll feel it as it's going in, how smooth it is. If it's smooth and it's going in there like butter, then well, while you're screwing it, then that's a good sign that you're on the threads properly. All right, so you know, just make sure that these two are mating, and then, like I said, look at the surface or mating, and you can see it clearly on there, and then it kind of starts to make like a scrunchy noise. That's the best way I can say it. And then just give it a nice little tight, like same way as you're like that I was saying about the oil pan. You know, just try not to be too crazy about it. Just put it on there the best you can. Okay, you want to get your rag and then just clean again. And also, maybe you might want to wear some glasses, safety glasses. Sometimes there might be debris and kind of might fly in your eyes just because you're underneath looking straight at it. At least that's what just happened to me right now. Check that it was tight. Middle piece. So this is what the back end. Make sure those go into those holes nicely. And then just slide it forward. And then boom. Alright, and there's no torque spec to the screws. Just make sure they're on there until it starts tightening up. That's pretty much it. You know, you don't want to over tighten this because this is something that will not come off. Check, they're on there, solid, we're good. There's left to it is just putting the quartz in there. This particular car is rear-wheel drive. All-wheel drive takes about like I think 6.7. This takes 6 quarts. That's what it says. But once we flatten the car and take it off the stands, after we put our 6 quarts of oil, then I'll measure and continue to measure after the car's turned on. All right, there's your 6 quarts. As when you do the oil change, since you're under the hood, might as well check the air box. You know, just things to be mindful of rather than just doing the oil change. Yeah, you know, as you go, you kind of figure out, you know, more things about your car. What you want to do too is, as you turn on the car, you know, look underneath, see if there's any spills going on. You can also look inside the engine bay and look down where the filter is, and you can see the filter and see if there's any leaks or anything. And then you let the car run for about 15 seconds after you put the 6 quarts of oil. 15-20 seconds, just doesn't matter. So that way you can get an accurate measurement, and also too, you want to be on a flat surface too. The better the flat surface is, the better you'll get a reading of the dipstick. And that I'm not a professional at this, so I just want to encourage you. Any videos out there to show you like how to do it, that you can do it. But hey, you know, have a friend, have a partner, have somebody there who's more skilled than you and who has done oil changes,
so that way it just makes it that much more comfortable for you to do an oil change on your vehicle. Because that's pretty much how we learn. You know, we have helping hands, and that way it builds your confidence up. But anyways, guys, I hope that this was a help to you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later. Okay, last thing, you want to click here to reset the oil maintenance light. So right now, go to oil maintenance. Your reset is complete, and you're all set to go.